Hey, what's going on YouTube? Welcome to Post Cologne. Today we're going to be unboxing 3 new fragrances from the house of Khadlaj. So let's jump into it. All right, we are back with another unboxing first impressions video of 3 new Khadlaj fragrances that I recently got from beautyhouse.com. They reached out to me and asked me if I'd like to try out some of the new Khadlaj fragrances, and I said, well, yes, of course I would love to try out some new fragrances from the house of Khadlaj. I've had a few Khadlaj fragrances and I enjoy quite a few of them. Full disclosure, they did send these to me free of charge, but no money exchanged hands. I'm not getting paid to review these fragrances. I'm gonna give you my honest opinion. I don't have any loyalty to these companies. I have loyalty to you guys, giving you my first impressions and the honest truth about what I think. So let's quit screwing around and let's get into it. All right, kicking things off from the house of Khadlaj, we're going to their Karus series with Khadlaj Karus Secret Musk. Now you can pick this up for $40 and don't know anything about this fragrance, so let's just dive in, shall we? This is actually a slide off, but you guys like to see the knife. All right. There we have the box presentation for Secret Musk. Nice thick cardboard on this. It's got a bit of a wood grain texture on this, kind of a metal plaque sitting on the front in gold there. It has a little bit of a texture to it, but pretty straightforward. And it does open up like so to reveal our fragrance sitting nice and neat in this little foam podium there. So decent box presentation, I'd say. Bottle on this, bit of a cheapy plastic just right off the feel here. This part is kind of a glass, got some like texture to it, but this gold part, if you can hear that, kind of a cheapy plastic on that one. So looks nice. It's kind of a nice looking bottle. Cap on this, really lightweight plastic, and the atomizer on this. Fat sprays, goes a good distance, good atomizer on this, will definitely get the job done. But what does this smell like? So right off the rip, just smelling this in the air, this is rather strong in the air. Sugary rose, has some fruits to it, a little bit of a chocolatey touch to it, a little bit of tonka. It's really sugary rose going on to this. So appears to be a Menthol Arabian tonka clone twist, perhaps. Let's get it on paper, figure it out. Yeah, so right off the jump, a little bit different off the paper, really strong. I have to be careful how close I hold this to my nose. This is really pushing off quite hard right now. More red fruits off the paper when I'm getting this up close versus the air. I didn't pick up on too much of that, the fruitiness that was going on there, but you definitely get it off the paper. But you really get that sugary rose. You're getting that little hint of some saffron that's there as well. A bit of chocolate that's coming off the paper, but not as much as I was getting in the air. The sweetness is really coming from that sugary rose, those fruits, and that saffron that's balancing it off. Really quite nice, but strong. As it's opening up a little bit more, this is toning down a little bit. It still has that sugary rose aspect to it. Not an overly like kind of potpourri rose or grandma rose, like a candied rose, but it's more sugary than anything. But more of the chocolate and the tonka is starting to come forward as well. The red fruits are tucked in behind. There's some muskiness that's starting to come forward. So it's kind of switching positions when it comes to the different sweet accords. Almost getting a little bit warmer with some of that tonka. There's a little touch of some like amberiness that's coming through, but mostly what you're getting right now, saffron, you're getting that sugary rose, tonka, chocolate, some muskiness coming through. Really quite nice. Nice balance of all those notes right now. Yeah, I'm digging this. This is a really good Menthol Arabian tonka style clone. Maybe a little bit of a twist on it, but for the most part, that's what you're getting. If you smelled that one, then you know what I'm talking about here. And it's a good one too. There's 1 or 2 other Arabian tonkas that I have smelled recently, that one in particular that I really didn't enjoy. It was just kind of a mess, whereas this is really well blended and I am enjoying this quite a bit. Let's skip to the dry down, see how it unfolds, and we'll go from there. All right, we're back with the dry down of Khadlaj Secret Musk. Been about an hour, let this settle down, do its own thing. Didn't change a whole lot. The tonka in this came forward a lot more, but it still has that sugariness that's there. Little bits of some woodiness coming through. There's like amber wood. There's a little bit of a moss, like a bittersweet sort of moss, but that is kind of just more of a foundation for that sugary, rosy tonka sort of vibe to sit on top of. Little hints of that chocolate that are still there, and some muskiness that's there. This is through and through an Arabian tonka clone, and a pretty good one if you ask me. This is probably one of the better ones that I have smelled. I am enjoying this one. Like I said earlier, this is like very well blended. Some other ones were really competing, the notes were competing, and this one seems to be kind of melding together really well, and it is strong. I think this is gonna be like a monster performer, to be quite honest. So I have to get this on skin, give it a test, I'll let you guys know. But for 40 bucks, pretty happy with this one. This is just a great fragrance all in all. That's Khadlaj Secret Musk. All right, next up, we're going with one from the 25 series, which I've been pretty excited about. I saw these come out and I'm curious. Now here we are. It's Khadlaj 25 Trust. Now you can also pick this up for $40 at beautyhouse.com. And again, don't know anything about this. I've seen the new 25 line series come out. They got a half dozen or a dozen of them. So excited to try this out. Let's dig in. All right, there we have the box presentation for Khadlaj 25 Trust. Nice thick cardboard, nice looking boxes. Pretty plain and simple with some gold trim on it. And, oh, it's a magnet. Nice. Got a little bit of a magnet there. Opens up like so. Revealing a nice little wax cover on this, revealing our fragrance bottle sitting like so inside. So, decent box presentation, I have to say. And there we have the bottle presentation for Khadlaj Trust, 25 Trust. Decent looking bottle. It's got kind of a nice pattern on the top here. It's got kind of like a sunray beam that's starting to go off there. Nice thick heavy bottle, nice round corners on this, and does have kind of a gold medallion sitting on the inside there. So decent bottle presentation. Cap is got a little bit of metal in it, but it's got a plastic inside, so it's got a little bit of a lightweight, but durable, won't crush in my powerful hand. And the atomizer on this. Fat sprays doesn't go far, but it'll get the job done. Decent atomizer. But what does this smell like? So right off the rip, just smell this in the air. Lots of citrus, lots of fruits, little hints of some florals. It's really fresh, airy, kind of almost rejuvenating at this point. It is leaning a little bit on the feminine side, definitely unisex at this point, but I'm liking it. It's a nice combination. Let's get it on paper. Check it out. Yeah, so right off the rip, just smelling this off paper. A nice combination. It's got this cherry that's in there. There's also kind of like almost a peachy note that's in there. It's mostly the cherry I'm picking up. Bergamot, mandarin, orange style of citruses that are in there as well. And a little bit of spice, like some sweet spice, like a pink pepper, cardamom that's working its way in. It's very desserty in a lot of ways with that fruit there. It's like kind of like, it reminds me of like an ice cream of sorts. It's really quite nice. As this is opening up a little bit more, I am getting some kind of tonka that's coming through, a little bit of a vanilla accord, but I'm still getting that fruity cherry peach combination. Mostly that cherry, but like I said, this isn't like a cherry forward fragrance. This isn't like a cherry fragrance, but of the fruitiness I'm picking up, that's definitely what I'm getting. And it is mixing in really nice with like more kind of like a sweet orange and a little bit of like a clean, bright, like neroli, white floral combination that's going on with this one. So like I said, very fresh, very kind of uplifting, rejuvenating. Unisex fragrance. This is maybe leaning a little bit on the feminine side, but I'm really liking it. It's a really nice balance of those fruit accords with those florals, little hints of citrus, and those other kind of sweet vanillic accords coming from the base. Really nice. The texture of this fragrance is really nice. It's got this nice kind of creamy smoothness, but it's also got this bright airiness at the same point. It's a really nice contrast of the textures that are going on to it, like a sandalwood smooth milkiness that's happening, and just playing with those florals and those the fruit aspects, a little bit of the citrus is coming through. I'm digging this. Let's skip to the dry down, see how this unfolds, and we'll go from there. All right, so we're back with the dry down of Khadlaj 25 Trust. Been about an hour, let this settle down, do its own thing. This did change a little bit in the dry down. Some of that fruitiness, that cherry that was there, and those citruses have definitely pretty much fallen off completely. There's a pistachio note in here that I didn't pick up initially, but it has just kind of poked out. But what I'm really picking up, nice vanilla accords, a little bit of caramel that's tucked in behind, and it's this really nice, smooth, milky texture that's going on to it. And this almost kind of like, it's not quite soapy, but a really kind of clean, smooth style of sandalwood and some nice muskiness that's coming through. So it's a really nice, soft, gentle balance of some sweet accords that are coming through with just a little bit of a foundation of that sandalwood that just forms that kind of like, not earthy, but just a nice kind of clean foundation for all those sweet accords to sit on top of. Not an overly sweet, like a toothache sweet style of fragrance, but it's definitely more sweet than anything else, and I'm digging this one. This is a unisex fragrance. I initially said this was like more feminine leaning, and I might be sticking to that, to be quite honest, but it's unisex. Like, I would wear this one. This one isn't like too floral or like too like cotton candy style of sweet to be like too feminine for me to wear. I think this one with the vanilla, the caramel, the muskiness, and that really clean appeal to it, I'm definitely gonna wear this one and test it out. I'm digging this one. This is really nice blend. I don't know what this might be cloning. It could be cloning a female perfume that I'm not familiar with. I'm not too sure, but I haven't smelled anything quite like this before, and I am digging it for 40 bucks pending performance. I think this is a great pickup. That's Khadlaj 25 Trust. All right, last, but hopefully not least, we're going with Khadlaj 25 Experience. Now you can also pick this up for $40, and again, don't know much, if anything, about this fragrance. So let's dive in, find out. All right, there we have the box presentation for 25 Experience. Same as the last one, just different color. Magnetic wax paper, fragrance bottle sitting on the inside. So again, nice box presentation. Let's check out the bottle. All right, there's the bottle presentation for Khadlaj 25 Experience. Again, same as the last one, just a different color, and I'm assuming the atomizer is going to be very similar. Almost the exact same. We'll definitely get the job done. But what does this smell like? So right off the jump, just smelling this in the air, a really nice kind of eucalyptus note that's in this. So it's got this like foresty, minty, sort of camphorous style of opening to this one. So, but it's very fresh and piney. It's like a brisk morning in the woods kind of idea. So let's get this on paper, dive in. I'm digging this one already. Yeah, so right off the rip, smelling this off paper, that's really what I'm getting first and foremost is that eucalyptus. So like I said, it has this woody, minty, kind of aromatic feel going on to it. There's little hints of some additional spice in there. A little bit of cardamom perhaps, and this bergamot that's adding like a tart citrus in the very opening, but it is kind of dying off fairly quick. It's really about this woody aspect to it, this aromatic eucalyptus with this minty, piney profile to it. It's really quite like refreshing, masculine, aromatic, woody. I'm digging it. As it's opening up a little bit more, that eucalyptus is still there, but it is kind of sharing the stage more, and there's different woody profiles that are starting to come through and really mixing well together. So there's this, again, it's got this aromatic, sort of dry, fresh wood sort of feel going on to it. There is a bit of a cedar I can pick up in here, maybe some sandalwood, and it's mixing in with this almost kind of like rosy incense. So it's not like a forward rose note, but it does have this kind of this floral incense sort of vibe, kind of infusing in with those woods, but again, it still has that kind of aromatic, piney, minty sort of profile going on to it. It's really, really still fresh and aromatic. Yeah, no, I know I've already said it a handful of times, but it's like the woodiness that's in this is super nice. It's just a nice medley of these different woods, but it just has that kind of fresh aromatic feel to it. Just very, very spring woods sort of vibe, like fresh in the morning. I'm enjoying this one so far. So let's skip to the dry down, see how this unfolds, and we'll go from there. All right, back with the dry down of Khadlaj 25 Experience. Been about an hour, let this settle down, do its own thing. Changed a little bit, but it still maintained that opening note. The eucalyptus has died down a little bit, but it still has that sort of like minty, almost herbal sort of vibe going on to it. Like it's, I want to say medicinal, but not in a bad way. It just kind of has that fresh green aspect going on to it. And it has this nice woody profile to it. But again, it's not like a dark, deep, rich kind of wood. It's a very fresh, clean, woodsy sort of feel going on to it with a nice clean musk that's running through it as well. There's a sandalwood in here it's very similar to the 25 Truth, the one I was just talking about. It has that almost like, again, it's not soapy, but a very clean sort of feel. Like this really reminds me of like Irish Spring soap in a lot of ways. I'm not saying it smells identical to it, but like that sort of kind of like fresh green cleanness that's going on to it. And I'm really liking it. It does have that herbal touch to it though. So like if you, again, I'm not saying medicinal in a bad way, but it does kind of have that herbal medicinal sort of feel, but with a nice woody, musky sort of base going on to it. Just super clean and super enjoyable, and not sure what the performance is gonna be like. This is a little weak off the paper, so I'll have to get it on skin, see how it performs. But overall, scent profile, really nice. That's Khadlaj 25 Experience. All right, so there you have it. That's 3 new Khadlaj fragrances, my unboxing first impressions. But I want to hear from you guys. What's another Khadlaj fragrance that I need to check out, do an unboxing, do a full review on? Comment down below. I love hearing from you guys. I love getting your different recommendations, your hidden gems, your different taste and scent profiles. Appreciate you. And if you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you all next time.